so much, Hans, for giving time to talk about your project, Hyperpubee. Am I right?
I might change the name,
Okay,
but that's the current name.
please pronounce it correctly.
I'm pronouncing it Hyperpubee as
All
well
right.
in my publication.
Alrighty, Hyperpubee. Thank you so much. So, do you mind telling me what this project is about?
It's about decentralized publishing, basically. So people who particularly write, so if you write texts or poetry, the idea is that you can just publish your work and share it with whoever wants to read it in a peer-to-peer fashion. So no servers in between. You don't have to give up control to some company, as is very often the case. And that's one aspect. And then there's another aspect, which is that you can use parts of other people's work and embed it in your own. So, for example, in poetry, it's quite common to take parts of another poem and reuse it in your own. It's kind of reference. And from more of a literary point of view, it's very fun to be able to play with this, because you can basically add another layer of the types of play you can do with language, because you can start playing with associations. So that's the other aspect.
Okay. So if we're going to categorize who who Hyperpubee is for, who would you say, or who are your target audience?
It's for people who generate written content mostly. So this would be writers, but also it could be very relevant for people like journalists. For example, if you're taking an interview as we're doing now, but it's a written interview, you could keep the original source of all the questions and answers, and then when you write your article, you take usually an edited version of the interview, or you take only parts of it, and you could still have the explicit reference to the actual text as it was originally written. So that's also a very fun application.
Okay, that's beautiful. So what parts are open sourced, and where can these repositories be found?
Everything is open source. And it's just on my GitHub. I'll post a link in the chat. It's not Git, I'm on Gitlab.
Okay, so all parts of Hyperpubee are open source and can be found on your GitHub. Okay, I can see the link here. So
just on the website as well. So,
all right.
On the Hyperpubee website, there's also a link.
All right. So what if one random person wants to get access to all the code repositories? Where would this person go to?
So either to the website and then going to the page with information, or directly to the GitLab.
All right.
There is no the Discord channel of the dot ecosystem. There's also a link to the repositories.
Okay. So whoever wants to can go through GitHub or that ecosystem's Discord server to find a link to the website or Hyperpubee's GitHub, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So how is this project using Hypercore protocol?
It's using it all over the place, really. So it's built. So for the connections between people, it uses Hyperswarm. So just to be able to talk peer-to-peer without any intermediary servers. And for the data structure, it's built on top of Hyperbee, which is the key value database built on Hypercore.
So, I mean, this project sounds like a lot of work. How do you sustain this project? How is it funded?
It's not funded. It's just my personal project.
Oh my!
It's my free time project because I enjoy writing myself, and it's basically created because I wanted to publish in a decentralized manner and couldn't find a way to do so. So then I figured I'll just do it myself as an exercise as well to get used to the peer-to-peer ecosystem.
Wow, this is genius. I mean, I never would have thought that this is all on you, and I must commend you for that. Well done. Well done.
Thank you.
You don't get to see great minds wake up one morning and then decide to create something, and it's becoming amazing. I mean, so what are the plans for the next few months or year?
So I want to get a stable data model. That's the most important because I've been iterating over this. Because once you get a stable data model, you can invite people to use it to create their own work. So you can already use it now, but because the data model will change, you will need to recreate everything you would create already. So that's my priority, getting a stable first version, so it's no longer in alpha and people can start using it.
All right.
And then also I've been doing some experiments with using music, so supporting music as well, because poetry and music are quite related.
Yeah.
So you can also take, for example, some lyrics, some musical lyrics, but it's really fun if you can also hear the music it's coming from, because it adds another dimension of what the context is, what the emotions surrounding this piece of music are.
I can already imagine how fun that would be.
Yeah, exactly.
You have goals for the future, and these are really, really great goals. And I really, really wish you all the best with achieving those goals for the next few months, the next year. I mean, Hyperpubee sounds like a project that will go a long way, and I really hope that for you. So,
Yeah, thank you. I also think it makes sense. So I hope other people see it that way as well.
yes, but how can someone join the community or contribute to this project? What if I want to tell my friends, and how do they jump on this?
So they could just send me an email. It's still quite small, so there's no very formal way of getting in touch. But either send me an email or hit me up on Discord.
All right.
There is the channel in the dot ecosystem.
All right.
And yeah, it would be really fun to have some other either developers or designers to help out.
Why did you name it Hyperpubee?
So that's what I said. With Hyperpubee.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yes, please go ahead.
Hyperpubee is because of the main data structure. So the data structure underlying the poems or the texts is based on the hyperbee data structure of the Hypercore project. And since it's for publishing, I just made it instead of Hyperbee, Hyperpubee. So not a very big story there.
But it sounds very interesting.
Yeah, it has a fun ring to
yes,
it. Yes,
yeah, it does, and I really wish that Hyperpubee goes a long way. Well done.